Must they have
So
vehicles?
why this emphasis on how much is going to be spent?
They must.
When people are not talking.
Mr. Abdulmalik, can I put this to you? They must ask the question because we're talking about,
right.
They're not talking about your personal or the governor's personal money here. We're talking about the money meant for Kogi State. And knowing full well that the national government, that's the federal government, had come out to bail out Kogi State out of some financial mess, are you saying that, looking at the letters here, we have copies of the letters signed by the Commissioner of Finance, Honorable Shiwaju Ashiru Idris, and the other one coming from the supplier, Philco Limited, about the supplies. Are you saying this is what Kogi State should be about at this point in time? What has changed in Kogi politics if this is paramount?
No, what I'm saying is this, please get me right. The so-called letter signed by the Commissioner of Finance is in respect of procuring vehicles for government appointees, and that these vehicles are going to be monetized to them. So the loan is expected to be taken on a single-digit interest rate. So when the vehicles are made available, each appointee will get his own, and the letter is also given to him how he's going to service this loan. So it becomes his personal car. I think this is an effort towards cutting down cost on governance.
Is it too much of an asking, telling them to sacrifice? Because this is not the Nigeria that you knew before. We are in dire straits at the moment, financial issues, and you still insist that this is something that you must get for your appointees.
Are we saying that the appointees should be trekking to office?
Were they trekking?
Are we saying that the appointees should not be entitled to vehicles to do their work?
What is bad if anyone decides to trek and sacrifice for the Kogi people?
The sacrifice the appointees are going to make is that there is a clear departure from the old order. In the old order, these vehicles are procured and distributed to them, and it becomes their personal property, and nobody cares. But in this circumstance, the government is saying that we are buying these vehicles for you, it will be monetized. So the day you get the key to your car is the same day you start servicing the repayment. I think it should be seen in this light as a good impetus for good governance. And by way of cutting down.
Well, Mr. Malik, it's up to the people to decide if it's good or not.
So it has nothing to do whatsoever with the bailout money.
Well, the other thing about this is that same time when that celebration was being discussed, I think the governor did make a statement concerning workers. He did say that genuine workers will be identified and then they will be paid. But this morning, we see people sending us messages that up till now, they have not been paid. Is that correct?
That's not true. We were spent 8 months in the saddle and we have paid 8 months' salaries. Now, people who are complaining, some of them belong to the class of ghost workers. Some of them belong to the class of workers in diaspora. The other day I was on air, on the radio station. A caller called in to express agony over what his own younger brother is doing, that his own younger brother was among those involved in the scam. That his own name, he put his own name there as one of the civil servants in the state without him knowing. He came on air to declare it. So it is this class of people who don't want this change, who don't want this correction to be made, that are making noise there. Similarly, we know ourselves in this society. If somebody, a civil servant is owing his neighbor and he doesn't want to pay, it is very easy to say, oh, I have not been paid, I have not received a lot. A husband who doesn't want to give his wife money to buy a soup ingredient will say that I have not received a lot. But the truth is that most of the workers have received their salary.
Mr. Abdulmalik, we are journalists and we know issues on ground in Kogi State. Kogi State has been in a financial mess. And if you still insist that this is what should be for the state, Kogi people would want you to tell them how you prioritize this and think that this kind of loan facility given to appointees is the main issue in Kogi State, where education is begging for attention, where road and water and other infrastructure are begging for attention?
In this area, the government is trying its best. Before we came into the government, if you pass through Lokoja, you know the story. But today it has Lokoja is wearing a new face. We have recently entered into an agreement with UNDP to bring out 4 mega cities in the state: Okene, Ida, Kaba, and Lokoja. In the same vein, when we go into the educational sector, the government...
I'm sorry, when you say that Kogi is wearing a new face,
yes,
where exactly is
Lokoja
it?
Township.
Lokoja
Emphatically, yes. Lokoja Township, yes.
Is wearing a new face.
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay, because
yes.
I had calls to travel through some of the...
Enter Lokoja Township, you see a lot of
the
difference
areas,
today.
some of the places you just mentioned, Kaba, for instance, Obajana and all of those areas, you know, and there's still a lot of work to be done. I haven't seen anything
but we're still,
that was standing out particularly
we're quite young in the government.
In those areas.
So we started from Lokoja. And we're extending it to major towns and cities within the state.
Let us go back to the issue of the vehicles. Are you saying that you cannot tell us how much was actually expended on buying security vehicles? For those who really want to know.
No. The security vehicles issue has gone. You are talking about...
No, it hasn't gone. For the security vehicles that were purchased, if you know that 110, because you corrected me, you said not 109, 110 vehicles were purchased. How much is actually expended?
Well, the vehicles, together with the vans, together with the motorcycles, I don't have the figure right now. You understand? I don't have the figure right now because it was bought, quite some few months past.
Okay.
Yes, I don't have the figure right now.
That's on the one hand. So this figure of $12 million, what exactly is it
What I said
about?
is that, yes, that one is in respect of the vehicle, the official vehicles and utility vehicles for the government appointees.
How many vehicles are they looking at?
Yes, we are looking about 100 or thereabout to be shared, to be distributed among the commissioners, the special advisors, senior special assistants, NDAs, the ministries, then down
who are those getting it in the ministries? The permanent secretaries or who?
No, the permanent secretaries, because in every ministry, a commissioner, the permanent secretary, and a few directors are supposed to have. So the philosophy of this current government is that such vehicles are going to be monetized to the beneficiaries.
Are the directors new directors, the permanent secretaries too?
Yes, everybody will be aware.
Because I'm just wondering, if we say that we're actually in dire straits, and you have as much as 100 political appointees whom are going to be getting vehicles, there are big questions to be asked in that regard, don't you think?
Not 100 political appointees. We have only 15 commissioners. Special advisors are 21. But remember, we have ministries, departments, agencies, and parastatals.
We should have had cars before now.
That's the issue. When we came on board, most of those cars were taken away.
Okay, just a moment. We'll continue along that line when we return from this break. Sunrise Daily will take a moment and we'll continue shortly. Don't go away.